Hey, hey, hey. So today we're going to talk about something that many people do, and that is hope that their money works out how they want it to instead of actually planning it so that it can work out just how they want it to. Stay tuned. Hey, hey, welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to help you enhance your finances. I'm Coach D, your financial coach, and I want to help you to reach and exceed your financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. So I'm not sure if my cancel noise microphone is letting you hear that or not, but it seemed like a train came past as soon as I turned my camera on. But yeah. So today we're going to just talk about the difference between hoping and planning with our finances and why it's important to have a system in place. And before I get into that, right now I am. Last week I told you all about me posting 30 videos in 30 days, and I just want to let you know that I have been doing it. I am posting today will be day 8. So I have gotten started. I haven't missed a day. Right now I'm trying to figure my schedule out. I'm trying to post them every day at 6. So today's actually might be posting right now since it's 6 o'clock. And what I'm doing is holiday money prep. Hey, thank you for tuning in. I'm doing a holiday money prep series. So I'm just basically giving you short videos. So I'm not keeping you long, under a minute or two, and just each day it's building on to the next day on, something that can help you with your finances. So right here on YouTube, you can go to the short section, and also I created a playlist where I'm going to start putting them all in there. Some are in there, not all of them, but so you can see some of them. But if you go to my shorts, those are the only shorts that I'm posting, so they'll all be in the same place. So if you're someone who should be planning ahead, which is everyone, if you're watching this, you should be planning ahead for the holidays. So go check out the series. But let's get back on topic to today, which is planning versus hoping and why we need a financial plan. All right, or financial system. Okay, so um, you know, the difference is, well, let's talk about why you need it. Why you shouldn't be hoping versus hoping versus planning. So hoping is not a strategy. That's not a strategy. So that's just like, oh, all right, well, I'm hoping that this week, my check's enough to cover all my stuff. Whereas planning and actually have a strategy in place, then you're able to see, okay, so this is how much I'll need. This is how much I'll have coming in. So that's what it's about. Systems will definitely create the consistency because you're going to keep looking. You know which bills are going to keep coming. You know how much income is going to keep coming if you have a system and you're checking your things and you're looking at it. And then where you'll start to realize that you are hoping with your finances instead of planning would be when you're running out of money to pay for things and you're like, oh, I'll wait till my next paycheck. That'll get paid on my next paycheck. Or you're not even concerned with when your bills are due. It's just, I want to pay what I can this check, pay the difference on my next paycheck. That is a hoping type of deal, what you're doing with your finances. Instead of planning and having a strategy in place, you should never be missing due dates because you're not really being mindful of when things are due versus, and also being mindful of when your income's coming in and how much is coming in. So let's say your bills could be 2,000 and you only have 1,500 coming in. Okay, so then without having the strategy and knowing and looking, and we'll go over in a little bit, what we should be including in our strategy. But if you're not, understanding or looking at that or aware of that, should I say, then you won't know until you sit down to pay your bills. When you actually look at what you have and start paying them, and you're like, wait, I don't even have enough. And then you're not going to want to pay all of them. Why? Because then you'll be out of money and then you don't have money for other things outside of your bills. So that's why it's important to have a strategy in place and be planning instead of hoping with your finances. Because what you don't want is an unexpected expense to come up and throw you off, because you could be just making it and that one expense could really mess you up. Okay, so let's go into, I have some things that I wrote down to discuss why we should have like what we should have in our financial system. See, that train threw me off. Now I'm like, all right. So something you should include in your financial system is income management. So you should know what income you have coming in, where it's coming from, when it's coming, how often it's coming, if you're paid weekly, if you're paid bi-weekly, knowing your different taxes that are coming out, knowing if you have income that comes sporadically. Let's say something could be coming. So for me, I have income, I get paid bi-weekly, but then there are different things that I get also. I get like a uniform allowance at work. So know when things like that are happening, not so that you can plan to, ball out, but you know what, you can plan to do different things with that. Knowing that might be, maybe I have an extra bill that comes up that's always high around that time. Or I can have an extra bill that could come up after that. So that I know, oh, well, that's coming, so I can save that. Or knowing that maybe it's not coming, or knowing that it's always late, right? Then I know that I need to plan differently and save money that's coming from my normal pay and not plan for that. And I guess I can kind of think of that like overtime. Like a lot of times I'll tell you with overtime, don't count for that. Count your money as far as your base income, exactly what you have coming in. And don't worry about overtime, because if you plan for overtime and then you don't have overtime, you're done. Everything is going to go crazy. So just have an income management, like know your income, be managing your income, knowing, look at your check. Most places allow you to see your check before you get paid. So then you have an advance notice of what exactly you're going to get. Because you could think, I'm getting this much, and there could be a fee, there could be a bill, there could be different taxes, there could be something coming out for different medical, there could be anything, So take time to look at this stuff in advance. Be mindful of what you have. Your bills. I kind of talked about that just a second ago, but be mindful of when your bills are due, how much they are, and then, write it down. Get a calendar. I have my little calendar right here, but I don't want to be showing personal stuff, but, write down this is last year's, well, not last year because it's still this year, but like get a calendar, write your bills down. That's my financial planner for 2025, working on 2026 now, so stay tuned for that. But write it down. Write down, this is doing this day, this is doing that day. And actually putting it on the day that is due could be helpful, so you can kind of see where in the month your bills are due the most, or, where more bills are due. So you could be seeing like, oh, well, everything's due in the first half, or everything's due in the second half. Then you can kind of move things around and kind of figure out how you can pay it so that it's not so hard for you one pay versus another pay. So be mindful of that. You want to have a savings plan for an emergency. We talked about in depth last week, so go watch the replay of that. But just in your financial strategy should include having an emergency fund, building an emergency fund, being prepared for an emergency. You should also have a plan of action as far as how to pay off your debt. Where do you start with that? Actually looking at your debt, actually seeing how much debt you have, so you can create a plan to, how you want to pay it off. There are different debt payoff strategies, so you have to see which one is best for you depending on how you want to tackle it. There's a snowball effect, there's an avalanche method. So there's different ways, not snowball effects, snowball method, so the snowball, which is a very popular one, most people, know that one, do that one. That's actually my favorite. And that's where you start with your item that's the cheapest. And then you pay on that and, pay. If you have extra money, put extra money on just the smallest bill. So if you have something that's 50, something that's 100, something that's 200, you're working on the $50 one and you're killing it. You're paying it. If you have extra money, then maybe you might pay 100, maybe you might pay 2. But all extra money is going to the $50 one. And after you pay that off, then you take that 50 and move it to the 100. So now you're paying 150 on your second item. If there's extra money, then you can add that to the 150. After you pay that off, so then you have the 150, you're adding it to your 200. So now you're paying 350 on your third item. So it's just like that, a snowball effect. So it's slowly getting your payments slowly getting bigger as you pay things off. So that's a good one. It allows you to see, what, and I'm supposed to be telling you what to have, not how to do it. but be mindful of that, And the other side is avalanche, where you would, the same way you would write your things out and sort them, except for that one is based on the interest that you're paying on the debt. So you would actually, instead of putting it in order of how much debt you owe, you're putting it in order by how much interest you're paying per debt. And then you will pay that way. Works great for me. Awesome. Works great for me too. I love the snowball effect. Or I keep calling it snowball effect. Snowball method. We're going to call it snowball effect. But I love that way of paying my things off because I pay it off much faster and I'm able to see it, and it makes your credit go up quickly too because you're paying your debt off quicker. And a key factor in that is not building it right after you pay it. Don't pay it and go use your card like, oh, pay extra this month, I'm gonna go. Nope. Nope, don't do that. Let me see. I like that also. Yes, that's my favorite. That's the one I teach the most because I think that one's easier. But again, it depends on how much debt you have, what your focus is, what your upcoming plans are with your finances, how you're trying to get things together. I also have on here just tracking your spending. That's something that is like number one with finances. And most things I do, that's the number one thing we do is track our spending. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't look at it. They don't take a peek and see what's going on. We're just sliding, we're sliding, and sliding until the card doesn't work anymore. It's like, oh, then we want to look and see what's going on. So no, have a strategy where you're actually tracking your spending. It makes you feel like you're getting. You pay off a card. Yeah, it does make you feel like you're getting somewhere. Definitely. Once you pay something off, when you see that card or that loan or whatever go down to zero, yes. So it's definitely wonderful. And then something else you should have are goals. Short-term goals, long-term goals. Short-term could be vacation. Could be a vacation because you're going to be going on vacation within a couple of months or 6 months. Could be the holidays. And again, if you're planning early for the holidays, which I think you should be, go and check out my holiday money prep series I have here on YouTube. And it's also on my Instagram. It's all over. So my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook, my TikTok, and my LinkedIn. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Because I think we should be, planning someone everybody to know. And it's just a series of videos that I'm sharing that build onto each other, which tell you how to plan early for your finances in the holiday. So again, that was short-term goals, holidays, vacations. Long-term goals could be planning for a bigger purchase, or it could be for maybe your child's college fund, could be retirement, big one, retirement. Think in advance for that. That could be your long-term goal you're working towards is your retirement. So have some plans in place so that we're knowing what we're doing. Because a lot of times we're either focused solely on the long term and we're not focused on the current, or we're focused on the current and not thinking about the long term. And then when we get, older and further out, then we're trying to figure it out. Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, those were my pointers for today. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that, in this live, you understand the difference between having a financial strategy where you are planning versus hoping, and seeing why one is more beneficial than the other, because hoping your future is not going to be financially bright. If it is, it will be by chance or by luck. But put a strategy in place so that it can be exactly how you intend it to be. So you can work towards it and take the next steps. And when you have that strategy, you're able to look at it and see if what you want, see if you're going in the right direction, see if you might need to make some changes, see if you need to make some updates. But yes. Oh, what are you laughing at? I forget. I don't know what part you're laughing at. But yeah, but having that plan gives you control. All right. So thank you for tuning in. And I will see you all next week, same place, same time, here on YouTube, giving you tips to enhance your finances because I want you to do just that. Use these tips to enhance your finances. I'm Coach D, and I will see you next week. Oh, I didn't do it right again. See you for real this time.